What's going on, guys? OneMS here, back with a new Raid Shadow Legends video. So today, I am doing my weekly Platinum Arena reset video. As you can tell from the thumbnail/title, I did pretty well this week. So I'm really excited to kind of talk about and break down this video, what I did well, what I did poorly, because I didn't do perfect on offense, far from it, and I made some mistakes on defense, etc. So let's jump in and talk about it, right? So you can see in the bottom here, got about 13 minutes left. I just finished like a 2.5 minute fight where I did win, but it was like really boring and not a lot to talk about because I just kept on getting petrified by the new champion Mithrala. So I figured just not going to watch that. But yeah, so let's talk about it this week. So let's see. I'm going into a team where I think this is the +4 Warlord team, Duchess Ursuga. Yeah, so I went into this team. I just want to talk about this really quick. When I looked at this team, so I'm seeing the Duchess, the Warlord, the Ursuga, the Hegemon, and I see the team power is only 272,000. So my thought, my gut instinct is, rather than some super crazy fast Warlord, this is going to be a high accuracy Warlord to try to counteract like the resistance Chimars that a lot of people in MAD use. Or I mean, I don't know how popular it is nowadays with the MAD offenses, but I like it quite a bit still. So I figured, hey, rather than using the Molly team with my immunity Trunda, I figured I would bring in the Necrit with my Savage Trunda, and then I should still be able to... My Arbiter should be fast enough because I didn't think it would be a super fast Warlord. And now I actually get a little bit unlucky here. So this is a... If we look at that one more time here... So that is, that's definitely not a nuke Hegemon. Due to the animations, you can tell that he did crit at least one person. It's kind of hard to tell from the damage. I'm thinking possibly 2, maybe 3 crits on the Arbiter, the Warlord, and the Trunda, but maybe not the Necrit. I'm not sure. But due to the animation, there was some crits. Unfortunately, my Arbiter didn't proc any Cycle of Revenge at all, didn't gain any turn meter, so I had to back out there. And so I knew, like, okay, they're running a super fast, which, I mean, +4, obviously you can get away with some really good stats. But I figured I would be faster, but I was not, unfortunately. Now we see kind of the same thing here. I take a little bit of a risk not running the Molly team into Hegemon Warlord, right? I'm running the risk, or I'm assuming that this isn't a crazy fast Warlord, and I'd rather bring my stronger Trunda in rather than the immunity one. And you saw right off the bat there, my Trunda actually opened with her A2. Unfortunately, Stoneskin can cause some issues with your... Well, if you don't have like a very strict AI preset, which I don't for this team, about like... I usually don't like forcing abilities, especially on champions like Trunda. I usually try to manual when I think I have my abilities and then just leave it for auto if it's just cleanup. But unfortunately, my Trunda ended up using her A2 at the beginning and did basically zero damage to anybody, so I wasted an ability there due to Stoneskin. And so now here we're at about a minute, and I'm just trying to clean up people. I knew Duchess had Swift Parry, but she was locked out. Warlord was full health, higher health than Riho, so A2 the Warlord, finish him off. And now I just clean up here with the Trunda. A little bit over a minute, definitely not a fast win, but due to the mistake from Stoneskin at the beginning, I was going to be a little bit slower to win. So now we see here, I refresh the page and I actually find those same 2 teams. And you'll see I intentionally don't hit the +4 Warlord, but I come back here to hit this team. And I think, hopefully, I learned from my lesson and don't make the same mistake. So here, I kill off the Hegemon with the A1. I know for a fact that their whole team, 2 of them are in Stoneskin, so they'll take basically 0 damage. I know pretty much everybody has Duchesses with a lot of reaction gear nowadays, so it's really not very much worth it for me to burn my Trunda's abilities right at the beginning there. So you see I delay a turn, A3, kill the Duchess, kill the Warlord, no Swift Parry proc, and now here I am just trying to grind down the Riho, and 39 seconds instead of a minute 9. I shaved off 30 seconds by not burning my A2 at the beginning and being smarter with when I'm using my abilities versus that team. So a 30-second difference is massive with this fight. So now we see here, kind of like last week, Duchess, Warlord, Hegemon, but no Ursuga. So I bring in the immunity team with Molly Trunda, and here I do the same thing, right? They have a Stoneskin, they have a Protected Warlord, and then they have Necrit. None of those 3 champions have taken a turn yet. So I'm just going to, I just A1 the Hegemon, take him out. I delay my my Trunda nuke turns, and a lot of people run like really fast crowd control Hegemons, so they can be really annoying. They end up taking a lot of turns and wasting a lot of time. So if I just kill him off at the beginning, I'm saving myself a lot of time without wasting animations. So we're at about 40 seconds here. I get off the I get off my Trunda A3 with increased attack, and I don't know. It felt like it just didn't really do as much damage as it should. I was feeling I should have probably killed that Warlord, but who knows? Maybe it's like a super tanky Warlord with like a perfect ring, perfect gloves, etc. Not too sure, but so unfortunately I get locked out this time. So I know I'm in a bit of a scramble here. I really need to either kill off this Duchess or cycle back to my abilities quickly enough. And we'll see here, I get the provoke off on the enemy Warlord, and then my Warlord is about to have his reset. So here we go. I lock them out, and I toss it on auto. I double check my Trunda because I couldn't remember exactly where she was at with her abilities. So she has her A2, but she won't have her A3 on this new turn. And so I think I leave it on auto for too long accidentally. Yeah, so right here I leave it on auto, and she actually hits the. She should have A2'd the Necrit, but I didn't target properly, and she hit Warlord. So she killed Warlord, but realistically the better target was Necrit and could have done more damage. So we're at almost 2 minutes here. So really, really slow win for this offense. Is normally pretty solid into this team. Just I don't want to just say bad luck, but like, oh, it's okay. +3 Warlord. Maybe I just didn't respect the tank stats. Now we'll see right here. There's about 8 minutes left. You can see down. You can barely see down in the bottom here, and I'm just now changing my defense. Normally, I like to put my defense in with about 15 minutes left or so, and I just forgot. So I was like, I noticed my score had dropped a ton over the past 2 fights. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And then I realized after I got out of this fight, I was like, oh, I didn't set my defense. So I dropped out of the 4,000 range, getting hit a lot with that old defense. So I'm like, okay, put in the new defense. I'm honestly, like, right now, I'm kind of panicking / giving up. Like, you see how I'm just like, I'm scrolling up and down. I don't know who to hit. I don't know what to do. I just felt really defeated right now. But luckily for me, I refocus. I bring in a good team versus this enemy team, and I'm able to, well, we'll see what happens. I'm able to pick up a decently quick win here. So I bring in the Arbiter. So I put my speed gear on Arbiter instead of Siphi. Bring her in. My offense Warlord is speed tuned with this Arbiter because I run him faster than he needs to be. Now, luckily, I don't think this Duchess has super high resistance, but that Arbiter doesn't have a ton of accuracy either. I get off the reduction in the Stoneskin, land the debuffs with Ramontu, A2 Tron to finish it off, right? And so now here we see another, I wouldn't call it a pure stall team because it does have Leorius, but it's a team without a Warlord, so I can kind of take advantage of it a little bit. And you'll see, so Arbiter into Warlord with Ramontu, even through reactions, my Savage Trunda here putting in really big damage, nuking the whole team, finish off Siphi, 19 seconds. Really quick, really good win. And now I see another team back to back to back that I can hit with this sort of faster team, like fast Arbiter, Ramontu strip, like nuke team, right? And so here, and again, I get a little bit lucky here. I do get the strip off on the Stoneskin Necrit. I kill everybody else. Luckily, the block passives from Ramontu means you can one-shot Leorius, which is really nice. And then 22 seconds here. So I'm all of a sudden, I'm back in it, right? I'm at 4,006. I'm kind of at that 4,000 plus threshold for being like a solid offense, you know? And so now here we see, so I see the Warlord lead, right? So I go in here, I'm thinking, okay, resistance aura, usually going to be a resistance Warlord. I was correct. Locks out everybody else. And now here again, I get a little bit lucky, right? I strip that Stoneskin. Now, the Duchess only had 1 turn of Stoneskin, so it wasn't like massively important that I get the strip, because my Trunda would have nuked anyways, but what was important was that with the Ramontu ability, I stripped it, and then I was able to place that block passive, right? So that means that my Trunda's A3 is doing a lot more damage to this whole team. We get the Duchess revive off, and then sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought. Sleep and strip with the Kymar, start to try to finish these people off, and you'll see there, so I chunk down the Duchess, A2 the Warlord because I can't target Ursuga. Everybody else dies, and then we just finish off Ursuga, right? Or see, I A2'd Warlord, not Ursuga, because I couldn't hit her. Now you see here just about 5 minutes left. I'm feeling a little bit better, but still panicking. Not panicking, but just like I wasn't 100% confident in my placement or how I was going to do this week. So now here we're going to see, this is going to be pretty lucky. This is going to go heavily in my favor. So this person is running a Stoneskin Warlord. Now, Stoneskin Warlord on defense is really hard to deal with, especially if you're not running Warlord on your offense, which I am not with this team. Right here, I get very lucky. Now, I have high enough accuracy, right? That's a super high accuracy Kymar plus an accuracy lead, but the lucky part is Stoneskin is a straight up 50-50, right? Even if you pass that accuracy check, you still have a 50% shot to not strip Stoneskin. So if I hadn't stripped the Stoneskin on that Warlord, most likely I would have just gotten locked out, and I probably would have had to back out or very slowly win. But instead, we get a 31-second win really fast versus like a raw stall defense like this. So, and now I see another team pretty similar to that team, except for this is Gataga with, I think, +4 Wither, +4 Duchess, and +2 Necrit, and they just huge amounts of empowerment. So these champions are super, super strong. Their stats are way higher than normal. But I'm pretty confident. So I get in here. I strip nuke one time, strip nuke again. And so I don't have a Warlord lockout, so this Duchess can still revive, which isn't great. So I'm kind of sitting in, like, not that great of a position here. I get off the Ramontu A2. I'm able to kill Duchess here, so they don't have a revive anymore. So I'm, in terms of, like, longevity of a fight, I'm doing okay here. But these champions are still really, really tanky. And as you can see here, the Ursuga currently has a protected increased defense buff on her, and then a protected continuous heal, right? So this person is running a protection set Wither, which I don't know if it's going to be her best set. I think it's an interesting set on her with all of the buffs that she does. I don't think the protection like made a huge difference here, and that was a small mistake that I made right there. I left my team on auto again, and instead of, I really should have had Ramontu use his A2 on the Wither, but he used it on Ursuga instead. Luckily, I had my Kymar reset back, so it didn't make a massive difference, right? This fight was still a little bit slow no matter what for me. But yeah, so I reset with Kymar, I get it off, 1:35. Really not super fast, but it was okay. So about 2 minutes left, and we're going to see here again, I hit this same person, Gino E. Daddy, with the Stoneskin Warlord, and again, I do get very lucky here. I get off the strip on the Stoneskin, and so I A2 the Warlord because I didn't want to wake up the Wither. I'd rather just kind of nuke everybody, and then Kymar reset and do it again. So here we go. Now this time, I strip, remove the passives, nuke again. Unfortunately, Swift Parry Duchess always procs, or at least it feels like it always procs. But we're not in too much danger here, right? She already revived once. The Swift Parry is gone. Wither does stall out a little bit, but not too bad. So right there, I was very careful not to use Ramontu's A2, because Duchess and Wither both have that block debuffs on, so it would just be a waste. Again, I take it off of auto there to make sure I A1 with Ramontu, and then I throw it back on auto for the faster animations, getting my champions through their abilities. Now she doesn't have that block debuffs anymore, and unfortunately, this is still a very high resistance Wither. She resisted my post aura. This Ramontu sits around 800 accuracy, so this is a very high accuracy Wither. So I get a little bit lucky there. I'm able to strip off her buffs, but again, getting stalled out just a little bit here. Little bit, so minute 20 almost again. So not super fast this time compared to last time, but still not in a ton of danger since I got lucky with the Stoneskin. So now I had about 30 seconds left. I just kind of scrolled down and I looked for, can I win quickly versus anybody? This was the only non-mad member that I saw that I could maybe hit quickly. So we get in here, Stoneskin, Duchess. We get off the lockout with Warlord, and for some reason my my video is kind of bugging out on me, but so yeah, so we nuke with the Trunda, kills off Hegemon. Now, so here I'm trying to, I know that if the longer Wither lives, just naturally, she can cause a lot of, she can sustain a lot and cause a lot of issues, right? Her passive, and then even locked out with Warlord, she does a lot of continuous heals. So I make sure to focus her down, kill her off. I save the Trunda A2 until Duchess has lost her Stoneskin, but unfortunately I'm already past that 30 seconds. It's impossible for me to get this win in time, and that is the end of the reset. So you'll see here that plus 19 on this fight means that I didn't make it in time. And we're gonna look over here, and third place. So third place with a Sacred Shard, with a book, with the Avatar, basically the best you can get other than being, you know, second or first place. Really felt really good this week after kind of having not the best performance for honestly a couple of months. Felt good having a couple different offense options today, and I will admit a little bit of luck on my side with stripping both of those Stoneskin Warlords when I needed to, but I think I played it pretty well, other than obviously I forgot to put my defense in until later. Maybe that worked in my favor, maybe not. I'm not totally sure. So I recorded this a little bit differently from how I normally do it, because I was blocking my name on my stream to try to stop myself from getting sniped. I still got hit, but so yeah, so let's jump to me showing my defense in my log. Okay, so here I show, you already saw it when I put the defense in earlier, but now we're going to see, this is my defense log. So unfortunately, T-Swift is still hitting me, but even though I changed my name and hid my name on stream, he still found me. Because I ran the same defense, and there's not a ton of people with one arena. Well, I mean, there's plenty of people with one arena trophy, but like, considering I ran the same defense, it's not too hard to just like figure me out, right? And now this time, I'm not entirely sure what happened, right? He's been hitting me for like 2 months using this exact same offense every single time, and it's never lost to me. So I'm really not sure what happened here, why I had these 2 victories, but you'll see here, he got stalled out up here, so the minus 19, 2 losses, 2 wins, and then so you can see, like, and then he still hit me a bunch down here, right? Back when I had the old defense in. So when I put that new defense in, I counted it afterwards, and it had 5 wins, 4 losses, and then obviously this loss got timed out at the end. So having a positive or basically canceled out defense, if you're doing well on offense, which I did okay, not amazing, you can place really, really high if your defense holds up. So really happy with how the defense did this week. We'll see how next week goes. Since I showed the defense on this video, I'll probably have to adjust some things. And since people hit me and lost here, they'll probably know what to do differently next week. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Really happy with a top 3 this week. Hopefully I can keep up the good work, keep doing well. So I will see you guys. Oh, I'm so sorry. People wanted to see like some of the stats of my champions. I haven't showed it in a really long time, so I will show it here. Okay, so let me just show some of the champions that I used for offense and defense really fast. As you can see, I changed my name to Mac Boom. Tried to harvest the power of Mac Chain and Boomer this week. So let's see. So I used Ramontu a fair bit on offense. He's in immunity gear with perception. He is rocking 721 accuracy. He's intentionally pretty slow, so he's 2 speed faster than my Trunda, so he goes right before Trunda. And I made him very high health with half decent defense. Considering how poor his base stats are as for like health and defense, I made him very tanky so that nuke hegemons have no chance of killing him. Let's see. Necrit I use a lot on offense. He's in a shield set with resilience and then triple reaction. Unfortunately, my reaction pieces are pretty poor, so his stats suffer quite a lot, but about 110,000 health. 170 speed, so he's a little bit slower than the Trunda to kind of finish up afterwards if I don't kill somebody off with a nuke. And then I try to give him some resistance, but it's hard to balance health, speed, resistance, and then especially because I don't have good accessories on him. So yeah, so I'd love to have more health and resistance, but for now I'm fine with this. Let's see. So I used 2 different arbiters. So I have this immunity arbiter that is 357 speed, and then I have the speed arbiter. Ooh, it's 388 speed. So this isn't like, she's not wearing all of my best pieces. Those are kind of spread out. But so she could be, I don't know, low to mid 390s if I put all the best ones. But yeah, 388, she worked fine for me. I don't really use Hegemon on offense too much. And then Warlord, this is my offense Warlord. He's an immunity and a speed set, so he is 323 with almost 600 accuracy and then decently tanky. And then here's my Savage Trunda that I use. She is almost 7.6k health, 182 speed, 284 crit damage, and Savage plus Cruel. And then this is my Immunity Trunda. She is almost 7.2k attack, 184, 285 crit damage, and Immunity plus crit damage. This is the Resistance Chimera that I use. He is 254 speed, 766 with resistance with a decent amount of accuracy. If I had better resistance gear, I would use that instead of perception, but I just don't have very good pieces. I really need to spend some time for him in Bommel, but otherwise I'm pretty happy with him. And then this was the accuracy Chimera that I kind of put together last minute. 2 pieces of refresh, 776 accuracy, 257. So not that fast. I should really try to kind of put him together a little bit better. I did it kind of last minute, but yeah. So those are the champions that I used on offense. For now, I would like to, other than Nacrid, I'd like to not show the defense to kind of hide the stats just a little bit, because, you know, I have more exposure than the average person playing at reset, and if I can, keep those stats just a little bit hidden, that's what I'd prefer to do. So, hope you guys understand. Hope you guys liked seeing kind of the stats on the offense champions that I used this week, and hopefully I do well next week to keep doing more reset videos. So I'll see you then. Peace.